You have entered the AquaBrain. I'm your Virgil Drew. On today's show, we're going to talk to the two gentlemen behind the zine, The Algerian. It's an Idaho-based zine. This thing is hilarious. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the show, Jon Metz and James McLeod. How the hell are you guys? John and James. Welcome to AquaBrain.
Thanks. Love it, AquaBrain. How are you, brother?
Yeah, dude. It's what a pleasure, man. I've been checking out some of your photos and some of the videos on YouTube. Man, hilarious. Hilarious. So when did you guys start The Algerian? What is The Algerian? And you know, what got you guys into doing a zine?
John,
James.
I'll just let you go first.
Okay. Yeah, buddy. Fuck. Well, first off, thanks for having us. We've been fucking around with magazines for almost, 15 years now? Seems like forever.
Yeah.
A lot of projects. And, we just decided that we want to put out some funny, stupid shit that made our friends laugh. And fuck, we came up, it was actually like, we were just tired of trying to make things so serious and laid out and nice and glossy and like appealing. So we're like, let's just make a shitty zine. And so, yeah, like I've always been a big fan of Algeria since World War II. They're just a fucking great country. We all should take a visit there. And I just felt like they deserved a magazine, right? Like named after them.
What makes them so great? Tell me
just
about
the font. It's just, they got
font, really. Yeah.
The font, yeah. Like it's pretty much just the font, man. And like, just you know, a lot of hard pipe hitting desert folks out there. It's I mean, what's not to like about Algeria, you know? I don't know. That's kind of always been my take.
Yeah.
10th largest country in the world. Well, magazines, I actually in junior high, me and my friend Dan ran for editors of the school newspaper in the class elections, and we didn't win.
Uh-oh.
And
that pissed you off.
Yeah. So like flash forward to like 10 years later, I meet John out in Idaho, and we were like big fans of Big Brother skate magazine.
Yeah.
Remember back then, and that thing was pretty avant-garde and off the rails sort of magazine, and that's basically the inspiration we wanted to make our own. So we started with kayaking as a basis for that magazine, but covered everything from skateboarding to homeless people. And
yeah. So Drew, we had a magazine we started in Idaho called Banks Mag.
Okay.
And then we had another magazine we started in Boise called Bum Nest, where we'd highlight the endeavors of urban outdoor enthusiasts. And then it always turned into backing, dude. Like there's no money in print, and like we're making like 50 cents a year each. And so we were like, let's quit printing these things on high like resolution shit and just make a real zine. And that's when like the Algerian came about.
It's
so
awesome.
That's kind of where we were at, man. And then just getting into snow skating, like my whole philosophy with magazines is always like, fuck, man, the content's there. It's just the business behind it. I hooked up with Starfish and got like, they had this big contract, this deal to pair a issue of Starfish with Concrete Wave.
Okay.
It was our golden like opportunity. So we got James involved.
Yeah.
We went to Tahoe and hung out with some pro snow skaters, and we fucking put together this great issue. I mean, Tim did a great job, and he's like, "Hey man, can you help us?" And we did, and then that fell through, and then that was just like sealed the deal for me. Like, if we can't print it ourselves, like I don't want anything to do with it. You know what I mean? No offense to anybody. That's the way to get it in people's hands is you got to go do it. So
do you remember why that fell through?
With Concrete Wave. I mean, I'd like to get back to the Algerian more because that's man, that's my love child. Like Concrete Wave.
Yeah.
Starfish to me was just like a Friday night fling. Like I put some time and effort into it, but not like the love child of the Algerian. But we did this segment called Jared from Subway, where I dressed up like this big fat fucker and went into like a Subway and ordered a sandwich and had them burn it. And then I put it under the drink machine and just soaked it. It was like how to make a good sandwich.
Because he said it was too hot.
That was it, dude. Too hot.
That was when Jared from Subway got arrested for being a pedo bear. And I don't think the editors of Concrete, whatever, like that. And there's some other things. They're just fucking kook, man. I mean, straight up, like.
It's probably for the best, honestly. I mean, it would have been cool to get it out there, but you know.
Yeah.
So the Algerian. How long did you guys do the Algerian, and where could you find the Algerian?
What? Do you mind if I feel this one, John?
Oh yeah, go ahead, man. I've been talking too much.
I'm just gonna smile and laugh. You guys are rad.
Didn't you end up leaving your cell phone at that Subway after you guys pulled that prank? You had to go back.
Yeah, it was embarrassing. Yeah, I was skinnier too, dude. I took the pillow out.
Oh.
When you find a cell phone, that's good.
That was me.
Dude, it's the Algerian. So yeah, John and I, like you were saying, we've made stories like that for other publications that, you know, the promise of them coming out later, you know, and we create all this content and it just sit there in the ether and we never get to see it in print. So it was during a trip to San Francisco, we found this copy of a magazine called Hand Job.
Okay.
And it was actually the skateboarder that would write into Thrasher magazine and all his editorial submissions and the responses, and he just photocopied them and like stapled them in the corner and folded it in half. And it was the shittiest looking, like half the pages were blank. He only printed one side of the paper. And it was, John was like, this is where we have to print our shit. I was like, we would go to the Office Depot print center. So once we figured out anybody can print something and put a staple in it, we figured that we'd streamline the operation and just the two of us would come up with ridiculous shit and put it out in print. So, and that's where the Algerian came from.
And
that's where the Algerian.
Where would somebody find a copy of the Algerian when you guys were putting them out?
Oh, we were in Boise, Idaho, and we print about 100 to 150 copies each issue. We ended up putting out 14 issues, and different skate shops would have them, and this arcade bar and coffee shop.
The Shredder.
Some tattoo polish. Yeah, the Shredder.
Yeah, Prestige.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I got some shout outs. Spacebar Arcade.
Yeah.
Those guys are in Boise, and yeah, the Crux coffee shop. That was a skateboarder run coffee shop.
Yeah.
And,
shout out Shay, man.
Yeah.
Dude, I love that cardboard cutout, dude.
Oh yeah. Here.
So rad.
Oh, is that in the picture? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's me.
Oh.
Sorry. One thing James didn't mention is like, so I was fortunate enough to be 35 and living with my parents still.
Nice, good.
James our buddy had a legit office. He ran a marketing company, and James lived at, we basically, our office is in the back room, but I had the luxury of going home, and you know, my mom would have some food cooked, but James fucking lived there the whole time, over a year. And it was, I mean, you want to talk about pirate style? Like he literally like lived in this office and created the Algerian, and it was in the second floor of the Alaska building downtown.
Oh yeah, dude, in the back office.
I always give him props because some people talk about, you know, like, oh, I'm in it and all this, but like, dude, James was sleeping on the fucking floor, like hitting up like fuck, man, like $6 grocery tabs at Winco, like literally just selling magazines, buying food. And me too. I lived with my parents, and we were just like complete losers on paper, but just, I'm not losers, but you know what I mean? Like,
no.
It would have been hard to convince girls to date us at that time.
Yeah.
But we just laughed, dude, and that was all that mattered. Like, James would make me laugh, I would make him laugh. We'd make our stupid dorky friends laugh, and that was all that was important, you know.
I want to talk about the trash girl. That made me
trash girl. What's the trash girl? We want to hear about the trash girl.
There's some chick laying in a pile of trash. And
oh, is that? Let's see it.
This is from the Bum Nest Facebook, I think, right?
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it may have been a picture we took or took off the internet. You know, sometimes
laying in trash, dude.
You know, that's something we might have seen. You know, we'd go hunting for that sort of stuff. We go to San Francisco, and it was like outdoor enthusiasts is what we called them, the urban outdoorsmen.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. The Neil deGrasse Tysons. Can you go? Was that you guys? Do you know what I'm talking?
Okay, so you've been on our Facebook page, I'm guessing.
I guess that's I think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's a smart black person.
Well, I don't know. Hilarious.
I don't think you can say that this time.
Yeah.
Well,
it was a different era back then.
I don't know, man. We just did a lot of dumb stuff and trying to think about what else.
Well, there's some stuff we do remember. And so, yeah, we'd have the print zine. We actually put all 14 of them together into a book. And there's only a few copies of that, too. Basically, anything we make is we try to keep it out of print and super inaccessible, hard to get to.
Yeah.
You know, it's
perfect.
The holy grail. It's like Indiana Jones might find a copy of our magazine in the future.
Yeah.
Like in some tattoo parlor. I don't know.
I was going to ask about the book. That's a great idea. Just to put everything in one.
Hold on. You can edit this out. I think I can grab a book.
It's cool. Yeah, I might just let this thing run. It's been good so far. So I did want to ask, was there anything that you guys were like, ooh, this is pushing the limits? I don't know if we should put this in print or was it no holds bar?
You know, what's funny about that is that, you know, we'd be out, we actually got permission to go into a strip club in Boise and take pictures of the girls in there.
Oh,
yeah. Really?
By our own, like, hey, we're making a magazine. Can we just come in and take pictures?
Yeah.
We totally did. John's big question. What was your question, John?
Oh, no, that was one. There was another too. It was it was a similar project, but we basically, we printed two things. One, we printed this, I'm going to tell them about Bum Nest, but we printed this, this thing of how to fix your computer, right? And it was like, is your computer slow? And basically we made it so you could go into the home base of it, like whatever. I'm not a tech guy, and typed on, man, it would completely fucking erase your hard drive. And we were kind of like, we didn't want our friends to do it, but we just thought it was funny. Oh, and then after a while, we realized that was kind of gnarly. And then we did this other article too. This isn't Algerian, but we did the submarine. We did this famous. I'm telling them about Bum Nest stuff.
Oh yeah, that's all right. Yeah.
But we printed this thing. It was like famous submarine battles, and it was just this calm ocean. And then it was just like 4 pages of fucking like law book text, and it just was super boring. But in it, we buried porno sites with members and password login. So if you actually read the text, which you wouldn't because it was just like thick, there was we found online all these free access codes to porn sites. And this is like 2013, 14, back before everything. I don't know. So that I kind of had reservations with that.
That one went to print though.
Like the Mayor Beater stuff with the Algerian. I don't know. That was a good one too.
I mean, whatever you guys want to tell, man.
We got into the strip club. I mean, basically our whole angle was to go in and ask what would happen if someone threw lunch meat slices at a stripper, like while she was on stage. And the bartender and the door guy were like, oh, hell no. Like, we'd kick people out for that. And the dancer, she was like, well, if I'm hungry, that'd be cool.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, there was another time too where we did escort reviews. So we go on Backpage and we print the picture of the escort, not even reviews, but like how to get a hold of them. And one escort we called, and we bought this like certificate of achievement award, like a lifetime award, and framed it
at the Dollar Tree.
Yeah. So it'd be like you did a big cool project. You presented the certificate of achievement. It looked all official, and we actually called her and went to her shady motel room by the airport. So I don't know, man. If the cops were there, they could have been like, what the fuck are two dudes doing with this known escort? And we're like, well, we're giving her a lifetime achievement award. And she was super cool. She was definitely a lot more chubby than in her pictures.
Oh no!
Oh yeah,
that's what I remember. But she took the award, right, James?
She was
yeah. She was very thankful.
Did she charge you?
No, I think that photo's on the Facebook page somewhere. We got
I'm gonna dig that up and stick it in if I can find it. Or if
what was her
name?
name?
Send it to me.
Funny Love or something.
Yeah, it was like,
no.
Yeah.
Is it with? It's her with the award.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
There's
and the two of us. So good.
Yeah.
She's like, well, I can't talk long. I got an appointment here soon. But she hustled us in and out of there pretty quick.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah.
So did you guys did you guys do did you guys have a condom issue? Did you guys ever?
Oh shit!
Can you talk about that?
Yeah.
That was James's idea.
Most of the issues in Algerian would come with a special like prize or a toy or something. One of them was a blank page and a tutorial how to draw boobs, and it came with a pencil. That was one of them. But for one issue, I was like, we're going to hand out condoms. And, we printed about 150 copies of that issue. And I was like, I made a fake ad for the Boise State University Health Clinic. And so I called them up and I was like, hey, me and my friends are going to Thailand for spring break. I was wondering if we can get some condoms, like a lot of condoms.
Oh,
They're like, how many is a lot? And I said, 150. And they said, all right, come by in 2 hours. We'll have them. Well, I'm ready for you. Just look at this giant bag of condoms. And so towards the middle of the zine, we had this ad for the Boise State Health Clinic, and we stapled the condom to the page, but like right through the middle of the condom.
It was inside the maze.
Oh, yeah. The lube like leaked out and got the pages all weird looking.
Dude. The best was, we gave an issue to one of my favorite bands, the Acacia Strain, when they played a sold-out show at the Shredder, and the singer Vincent loved it, and he actually gave it a shout-out on stage. He's like, "If you guys need condoms, check out the Algerian Zines." It's all staple. That was like a pinnacle for me, man. It's just like, oh god.
Yeah,
man,
that was a good one.
So have you guys done any other magazines or anything since, or was that kind of the product of the time, or what are you guys doing now?
We did, man. We did. So we're it's kind of weird, but we're into kayaking. So every year we put out like a little indie zine, and we just make a different name for it every time. It sounds pretty dumb, man, but that was fun. I don't know.
No, it's cool. It's this international kayaking event that happens in Idaho, and so again, like you look at sports magazines, it's going to be all serious, and the Red Bull athletes getting all aggro, and
right.
We put ridiculous shit in there, and like we have one called Banana Hammock, and it's just like kind of making fun of the sport, but in a way that people enjoy it, And
little lighter, like the lighter side of kayaking, you know?
Yeah.
I think one of my favorite pieces too that we've done together is we developed this relationship with the porn star named Indy Renee, and she's pretty cool, dude.
She's cool.
But we would send, because the pro kayakers would come up from all over the country to this event, and we'd send her pictures of these dudes, and she'd like review them and like what filthy things they do to them. And they always, I feel like they got a kick out of that. Like,
oh yeah,
I thought it was funny.
Yeah, it would just be, she'd just have one picture of this kayaker, and then she'd make up a description based on this one like profile photo. And she was usually pretty spot on, like not ever having met the people. And so that's what was really funny about it. That kayakers like, damn, this girl just called you out even though she never met you. But it was pretty cool.
So John, I checked out your YouTube channel, and I saw the skateboard line video.
Oh yeah, yeah.
What was the inspiration for that?
Well, yeah, man.
Or explain it to people what it is.
Shout out to Prestige, dude. Those guys are, you know, they're the godfathers out there. They're like the Sopranos. They do a spring broke contest every year for best.
I lost the audio.
Girls gone wild over there.
Well, yeah, I'm at the river right now, and there's people inner tubing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just hanging out by the river. Sorry.
Best line, yeah. So we wanted to enter, man, and we skateboard. I don't think my tricks weren't up to par with like even James or like Lucas or some of those kids who just killed it. So I was like, well, let's do a line, and the word tricks, you know, like do tricks in your line. So the only tricks like I really know, being kind of a husky 30-year-old dude, was like the cereal, right? Like cereal, rabbit and shit. And then I was like, well, we're the Algerian, and my dad has this bathrobe that looks like some shit that an Algerian would wear. So I grabbed the bathrobe, and then I realized that I had an AK-47 my uncle sent us, who was in the Army. So that kind of got in the mix. And then we had these whoobies or whatever, the scarves, like our friend Danzo calls them whoobies. So we just put it all together, man. And we're like, let's go film a line. And somehow it worked, dude. Like we had milk and tricks and guns and like, I don't know, Algerian. And the best was James. I mean, you don't give a lot of credit to the filmers, but like James nailed it. He filmed a line, like I did a couple of whatevers and ate some cereal, and he was just filming right there. It was like one of those first try Fridays, dude.
Yeah, it was our first take.
Yeah, it was perfect. Yeah. Did you put some holes in the board there at the end?
Yeah, I got the board with a 30-round clip of 7.62 ammunition. It
point blank.
Yeah, it was out in the delivered. So yeah, totally legal.
Yeah.
I don't know. It was fun, man. But yeah,
I think we did win as the most creative, some kind of award for that one, right?
Yeah, I won. I won some cool shit from Prestige.
That's awesome.
Yeah, they were super rad. They've always supported us about ads.
Oh, that's cool.
I think the best thing we've done though is like James's Mayor Beater thing, man. I really wanted him to tell that, because to me that just like summed up the Algerian.
So I was just thinking about how, you know, homeless people are panhandlers or whatever, but parking meters are sort of like an automated panhandler. They're like robot panhandlers because they take your change, right? And you got to put your money in those because, you know, the henchman will write you a ticket. So they were starting to put up these new parking meters that had a credit card swipe on them, and it was going to be more strictly enforced. And so I thought I'd make a life-size mannequin of Dave Beater, the mayor, but it's kind of like dirty, homeless-looking clothes. And I made this sign that says "God bless, anything helps," and then Visa and MasterCard accepted, you know. And then I just made it out of old pallets, like just in trash that I found in the dumpster. And I stuffed it all together with some wire and put them next to the parking meter in front of City Hall and just hung out across the street to see how people would react.
How did that go?
Dude, it was pretty funny, dude. It was a lot of people were kind of scared. Some people would go up and put money in the can, because I also put a can right there with the Algerian logo on it. People were putting money in the can. And what's funny is that same week, he'd actually asked for a raise from $91,000 up to $108,000. So it was kind of coincidental when he was asking for this big raise, and he's out there panhandling at these parking meters.
That was the best, dude. And James got photos of it from the garage across the street, like some CIA spy movie, dude. He's like,
oh, yeah.
Dude. To me, that was the pinnacle, man. It was so good.
Well, and I figured it out because there's this guy, Randy. He's the parking meter guy. I know it's a tangent, but whenever I'm in downtown Boise, I see this guy, Randy, and I just try to talk him up for about 10 or 15 minutes because I figure that's, you know, less time that he has to write tickets for people who have expired meters. I just kind of stall him out, you know? And that's how I found out that the mayor gets to decide where all that parking meter money goes. So that's why I tied in.
Yeah.
The mayor.
So good. The Mayor Beater was the best, man. I think that was good. We we've done so much stuff, dude. If anything, if you want to put shame on Boise, the fact is there's never really been anything worth a shit that came out of there print-wise. Boise Weekly, the Statesman, I don't know. It's just like, there's so many cool people there. And I mean, I feel like that's what we were trying to do. Give back a little, be community leaders. One time James was a huge proponent, but we threw a big rock, paper, scissors tournament and skate contest at Rhodes for homeless people.
That's you had to be on this.
Yeah, like the homeless people had a big thing, and Justin Cantrell refed it. I mean, there was like 60, 70 people there.
Wow.
And we had prizes of smokes and beers for the winner. It was a big rock, paper, scissors tournament.
That's
the
awesome.
worst part was we put an ad in Craigslist for the sexy like ring girl like you see in boxing that holds like round 1, round 2.
Yeah,
and
John did that.
Plaid bikini. And she was super hot, but I told her it was for a skateboard contest, not a homeless person rock, paper, scissors contest. So she was a little disappointed, but she rolled with it. The bad part is though, one of the bums stole her keys. And so she was stranded there. It felt terrible, but it was like good events like that, man. I don't know. We were just trying to give back, to the community and have some fun with it. And I don't know. Those are good times, man. Like I really look favorably upon them. And the Algerian, we did a lot of stuff to kind of help the skate scene and any kind of scene, really. Like, and that's the thing for me is like when it comes down to that stuff, it's all about like, I don't know, man. Like it's all about making people laugh, having fun. But it's funny because the people who support that, there's only a couple core things. Everybody else is offended, I feel like. So when you ask about zine, if someone were to give us like $5,000, it's not even a money thing, but I just feel like yeah, we could do that. But like we always, I don't know, there's just no support in it financially. I feel like, I don't know if James, you can relate to that, but.
Well, that hurts the longevity of it, right? See, there's only there's only so long that you can do it and not have some financial support, right? I mean, it costs money to do it. There's, even if it's just the two of you, I mean, you both need to eat and you both need to, you said you were staying with your parents. I mean,
yeah.
Shout out mom and dad.
Yeah, it was just like a really long summer vacation, just that went through the whole winter actually.
Did you guys ever do anything at Bogus?
Well, yeah, I was gonna say that winter actually, I was living in the office building. Actually, I was able to move to a friend's apartment, but then I got a job at the tubing hill at the Bogus Basin, and Bogus Basin was like a sort of an inspiration for me to want to snow skate. I mean, they got all right terrain there, but sometimes it's a while between storms, and John had the snow skates, and so definitely that was a winter we spent snow skating.
I mean, the cat tracks
up there,
just cruising cat tracks all day long, man. That's sick. I mean, seriously, you can go just like I love it, man. You do the loop.
Yeah.
It's a good hill for it, I mean, if it's it's just under par for maybe like extreme snowboarding, it's great for snow skating. It was really well built for that.
I mean, and there's quite a bit of black diamond faces. I mean,
it's steep there, yeah.
And there's some tree runs too. I mean, it seems like every season there's more cut away, more pass and stuff.
Yeah.
So I think it's really good. I mean, I guess as long as you're having fun, that's all that matters. But it's good. It's a good snow skate hill. I agree.
It's great. On the snow skate topic, I didn't mean to go on a tangent about the mag stuff. That seems
we're just having the conversation, man.
Yeah. Dude, shout out Jeff Tollock, the Godfather, dude. He's like king of skate. That guy, like you go snow skate with him, it's like you're I call it CrossFit with Jeff in the backcountry. Like he just puts you through the grinder. Shout out like Corey McDonald, that guy's OG. Like I love those dudes.
Yeah, still building park.
They got me into it. And shout out like Mark with Chiller Snow Skates and all those Tahoe dudes. We got to meet like Hightower and Bonzer and Beckstar. And dude, just some serious heads. I feel like I like snow skating. I'm just not even close to the level those people are. Like just to play keep up. But I really enjoyed like Tim too. Shout out Tim, like helping with Starfish, trying to cover it. it's just, yeah, man, it's such a cool sport. It's super fun. Fuck, dude, there's really no excuse why I don't do it more. I love it when people ask what the fuck that is on the mountain. I always tell them it's time. You ever do that? Like, what is that?
What's the advantage? Time machine?
Yeah, that's my favorite thing to do. Like, I still laugh every time. I've probably done it like 45 times.
Oh man, I haven't done that.
Support it, man.
It's
such a cool thing. And even like, I mean, dude, I got to interview Hay for Starfish, man. Like, just talking to dudes like that through snow skating, and he's like, dude, I'm all about it. It's fucking cool, man. And like, I feel like next greatest thing out there, you know. So shout out for supporting it, dude. Like the way you're doing, it's great.
For sure, man. Yeah, you know, just trying to talk to whoever wants to talk to me.
Hey, man.
Get people out. You know, whoever wants to talk to me, I'm more than happy to.
Dude, you gotta have Pollock. You gotta have Corey Mack, dude. That's like shit. It's in a mob movie, dude. You gotta have the Dons, right? Like
yeah.
I don't know. Yeah.
I've been working on Jeff, so I'm working on him.
Yeah, keep at it, man. I mean, John over here, like from the editorial side, like, didn't you end up having dinner at Chris Naraco's house, like, John?
Yeah, we've been. Yeah, it's crazy, man. Yeah, you know Chris Naraco from Big Brother. He writes for bands and.
No, but. Okay, all right.
I ended up hooking up with him. He's kind of my idol, man. He's the son of Ghostface Killer. Like any Big Brother fools will know that reference. And like Danzo, our buddy Danzo is a big time fun. We've always been big fans, but just through doing magazines, man, we all got to meet our heroes. And I actually got to go back to New Jersey and spend my birthday with Chris Naraco and his family and give him a copy of the Algerian, which was pretty cool, man. It's like
handing it off.
It's a big deal. And we drove and got some pizza, and I was just like, dude, this is the same guy that, like, I don't know, wrote Skinema, and just like, if you know Chris Naraco, you know that he's the funniest journalist on the planet. So I don't know.
Just keep at it. Yeah, John's. I've just always been impressed by John being able to just get to people and get interviews with somebody I never thought you would. You know, it's pretty cool.
Yeah. Dude, I remember one time, man. It's weird. Like, a lot of things you think about, but like we would do whatever the fuck we want, right? And so, like, my favorite, I've always been a metalhead. This has to do with magazines, but we printed fake press passes and laminated them.
Oh yeah.
I got one in my office.
Photoshop. It's a hell of a software.
Yeah.
For fucking $3, dude. Right?
Oh yeah, laminated.
The press card. And we went to I called the venue to see one of my favorite bands, As I Lay Dying, and they're a big time band, man. They're fucking super legit, and we're like, yeah, man, we're with the label. We're in. James had his camera, and they're just like, oh yeah, come right in with our fucking $2.60 Office Depot fucking press passes. And I remember we got in there and we got to interview the band, and I don't know. To me, that was the pinnacle. Being with my best friend in the world, like, James is the best man at my wedding. See my favorite band with fucking $2.65 Tactics.
Yeah.
Like, it just summed up, like, I don't know. To me, I was like, damn, man. Like, you know, when you're like, feel like you've done something in life, like, I don't know. Like, I would put that on my headstone. Like,
yeah, it's a reusable concert ticket, man. You just keep it tied around your neck, dude, and you get it back every time.
But I guess, you know,
it's not a cases strain too. Yeah.
If you call up and you ask the right questions, I guess it's easy, right?
Well, and that's the Naraco thing. Everybody likes publicity. That was his thing. Like, he got into Big Brother doing the same shit with Big Pun and all this shit. People want to talk to the media. You got to milk that. And, like, to us, it's like, everyone wants that. And so you got to be the guy. And you can't just be like, you just wand your way in until told no. And it's great. I mean, you can interview anyone. We've interviewed bands, pro, everything. Like, I mean, it's just been super rad, man.
So was it mostly skateboarding, or was it mostly just random?
So the Algerian, the Algerian was, we get it, like, it's 24 pages. We get at least, our goal is to get 4 to 6 pages of skateboarding in each issue. So maybe a fourth of the mag, but
just enough to get it into the shops, right?
Gotta have a couple, just whatever. The big thing we would do though, we'd find a skateboarder or a band or both every issue locally and interview them. So it was like, this band could be like, hey, check out our interview in the zine. And so it was gained popularity because anybody that knew that band wanted to pick up a copy, or that skateboarder. Comedians, we'd interview comedians too in town there. And so yeah, it was kind of getting people involved locally. So you're around town that week shooting photos of people everybody knows, and then you see them in print that week. So I think that really helped build our following. Yeah.
So what was your favorite issue that you guys put out?
The first one.
The first one, yeah.
Yeah. Because we didn't even know what we were doing.
And we got to interview Seal.
Seal or Seal?
Yeah, the fucking dude with the acne.
Really?
Yeah, Kiss by Rose.
Did he come into town or?
No, we just worked the internet channels. No, it was fun, man. I appreciate you having us. It's kind of memory lane. I think I kind of sound jaded towards the end, but dude, it was, honestly, like, to me, it was like you can't measure success any better than the relationships you have, and that's what I feel with James and my buddy Danzo, and like, dude, that's worth more than any money, house, anything else. It's some of the best time of my life, man. And,
well, John, cool. You're a hardworking journalist, and that was something I knew I could figure out a way to get the stuff that we did together on print and on paper, and that was just like a big motivator for me, dude. Like, John, you've written some of the funniest shit I've ever read, so I had to get that out to the masses. So
and you're a one-man army. That was what was rad about it. Impeccable.
Yeah.
So.
That's awesome, guys. Well, I'm going to put a link to do you have a good link so that people can find what you guys are doing now? We haven't kayaking, the kayaking.
Oh, no, that stuff's a little bit in the past too, but
okay.
Yeah, if you'll put up a link, dude, just go to like yeah, man, I'll send you a link, and instead of that, it'll just take you to the Algerian flag.
Perfect.
Just online.
Thanks for joining me on the brain, guys. John and
thanks, guys.
Algerian.
Later, brother. Please
like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that bell so you know when we put new videos out. Follow us on Instagram and Twitter at Brain Aqua. This has been AquaBrainTV. Remember to keep your head up and keep those knees bent.